On for a short one today. So I've got to jump on a call for an assessment with somebody. So just a short one while I get ready. Put a little bit of slap on today. And I was like, what shall we talk about today? And I had all these ideas. But I think obviously we're running this metabolism challenge at the minute. And I think what I'm going to talk about is really important. And a lot of people miss this and then they just go into weight loss. They're like, I want to lose weight. I'll just eat less, move more. That's basically what they do. And then they wonder why they first of all can't get it off, or they restrict themselves massively and then they binge it all back and gain more weight. And they wonder. And it might not be that they ate too little, or it might not be that they moved too much, or it might not be because they just can't do it and they're um, the crap or whatever. It might not be that they're not disciplined enough. It could be that they've missed the first part, which is the foundation to weight loss. And I don't think many people speak about it. And this is because people don't want to hear it. Like, you guys are not going to like what I'm about to say. If you try to lose weight, you're going to be like, oh, well, I just want to lose weight. I don't want to do all this stuff. But ultimately, if you do not start building the foundation in the first place, you're going to be in a worse position. You're going to find it more difficult to lose weight. So what is this phase? I'm going to move you guys, actually. I'm going to move you here a little bit. Second turn. There you go. So what is this phase I'm talking about? What is the foundation? How do you lay this foundation? And not this foundation, but the foundation for your actual weight loss. And it's actually very simple, but it takes time. And this is what people don't want. People don't want to put in the work or longer term. They just want a quick fix. They want to, they're going on holiday in a month. Can you help me drop a dress size in a week? Like, no, it's not okay. It's not healthy to do it like that. So what is, let me just decline these. What is the foundation? So the foundation, what we call it, is a priming phase. So all of our clients, we put through a priming phase. And this means getting their metabolism ramped up, getting their hormones in a good place, and preparing their body ready to go into a fat loss phase. So lots of people just go into the fat loss phase or try to go into the fat loss phase, but they don't actually do the work that's required prior to that. So what does this look like? Because you might think, oh, I don't want to go to the doctor and get my bloods done and but it's actually not that difficult. You don't need to go to the doctor. You can do if you want to get bloods, but I say 99.5% of our clients don't use bloods. We just go by how they're feeling, because I could go on a different rant here about how within range is a range, but that range is based on the population, which, most people are unhealthy. So you're basing normal range on an unhealthy population. So let's not go there. And also your range is different. So that's something else. But anyway, back to it. What should you be looking out for? So we're looking at things like, how's your energy? Are you tired when you wake up in the morning? Are you tired throughout the day? Are you struggling to get up and get moving? So energy throughout the day, and also for workouts, like, are you struggling through your workouts? If you are 10 out of 10 energy, you're like, yep, as soon as I wake up, I'm ready to rock for the day. And then just before bed, I'm really tired and I'm ready to go sleep. I don't struggle to get to sleep. So that's what we're looking for. Workouts are good. Work is good. You can kind of continue without needing a coffee, for example. Like, if you're looking for a sugary snack in the afternoon, typically that's, you might say that's just a craving. It's normally could be because of nutrition, but sometimes it's because you're tired and your energy is bad. So you need to be looking at your energy. If your energy is not a 10 out of 10, or at least a 9 out of 10, or 8 out of 10, then we need to work on that. The other thing, talking about, we touched on it just now, is sleep. So if you are not sleeping well, or if your head hits the pillow and you fall asleep straight away, that's not a good sign. You might think, well, it is because I'm sleeping. But the time it takes for your head to hit the pillow for you to go to sleep, that time in between, is called your latency. and that should be 15-ish minutes. So you shouldn't be like basically KOing as soon as you hit the pillow. And likewise, you shouldn't be up for like 45 minutes trying to sleep, right? So you want your latency about 15 minutes. If you are tired and wired, if you're asleep but you've got all these things you're thinking about, and you can't get sleep, you're tossing and turning, if you wake up through the night, if you wake up and you haven't got any energy, if you struggle to get up in the morning, like these are all problems hormonally that we need to fix before we go into fat loss, because you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get the result that you want if you're not in this good place. So sleep and energy are two of the key things that we look for. Another thing we look for, are general health markers. So like, what is your weight doing? Is it spiking day to day? Is it going up 4 pounds, then dropping like 5 pounds? Or is it consistently, like one pound, 1 pound, 1 pound? Like that's fine. Fluctuating a couple of pounds, maybe that's okay. Excuse me. Your menstrual cycle, is that regular? Obviously, if you're on the pill or any kind of birth control, or if you're menopausal, like we need to know all these things as well. And you guys should be understanding what is going on with your body throughout these different times as well. And then, how did I? So you got your weight, your energy, your sleep. How hungry are you? Are you not hungry at all throughout the day? Because we are meant to be hungry at some points, right? How's your digestion? Are you regularly going to the toilet? Are you bloated? Are you getting gas? Like all of these are problems also, and they need to be fixed before you start trying to lose weight. How much daylight are you getting? Like all of these things are the basis of your foundation of health. So if you are struggling with any of those things, let's say you're super stressed, right? Let's use stress because that's a good one. So when you're stressed, your cortisol is high. And although we do need cortisol, we don't need it high consistently. We need these peaks and troughs. That's like a bit of hair coming down my face. And so if it's consistently high, what's going to happen is that you're going to want more sugar. You're going to crave more sugar. You're going to probably crave more food. You're not going to be able to sleep well. Energy is going to be low. You're going to be irritable. You're going to be annoyed constantly. You're not going to have the energy to go to the gym. Your decision-making capabilities will decrease. So your executive function in your brain doesn't work as well. And so how are you then going to decide to have the chicken rice salad bowl over a burger or pizza? You wouldn't. You would choose the quick thing. You'd be like, oh, not today. I'm just going to have like a takeaway because I can't bother to cook, I can't bother to do the dishes because you're exhausted, because your stress is too high. So that's one thing. And then you're like, I can't bother to go to the gym. I'm too tired to go to the gym. I'm too exhausted. So you start making these excuses. I mean, they're not really excuses because they're reasons, as in you're exhausted, your body is telling you to rest. But then you're making these bad choices, which is not going in your benefit, right? So even if you were going to try and go into a fat loss phase without working on your stress first, you're more likely to fail because you're less likely to make good decisions. And then instead of going, oh, this is a hormonal issue, I need to work on this, you beat yourself up. You say, oh, well, fuck me, like I can't even stick to a diet for a week. I'm dumb, or like I haven't got any discipline. You start blaming yourself when actually it's your stress hormone that is kicking that off. So I hope this is making sense, guys. There's no point in setting yourself up for failure. If you're one of those people, don't follow me. Like if you want to work hard and not smart, it's not okay for you. I work with people who want to work smart. They want to work on their hormones. They want to make sure everything is healthy, and then they lose weight from that versus people who just want a quick fix. That is not my page. That is not my advice. But that is the foundation essentially. So what we do is we put clients through a priming phase. And now your priming phase can take different amounts of time. So for some people, this will be 4 weeks. Some it'll be 12 weeks. Some will be 36 weeks. It can take up to a year to regulate your hormones, depending on how much damage you've done to them in the past. So what What do you do during that? You work on your sleep, you work on your stress, digestion, gut health, um, general movement throughout the day, nutrition. So work on all of these things. And as a side effect of those, you probably will lose weight. You probably will lose inches around the stomach, around the belly. And it hasn't been hard. It hasn't been hard to make sure you go to bed on time. It hasn't been hard to add more vegetables or add more protein to your diet. So you're already setting yourself up for success. And along this journey, you're losing inches, feeling motivated. And you think, instead of thinking, oh, I'm a failure, I can't do this, you think, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing a bloody good job at it as well. And so you're more likely to stick with it. And then when you go into a fat loss phase, your hormones are in a good place. You're mentally in a good place. Your calories are nice and high, which means you can bring them down and you're more likely to succeed on a higher amount of calories. So you can lose weight way easier versus struggling through the whole thing. So we call this a priming phase. And like I say, people with priming phases will take different amounts of time. So what if you just want to lose weight, or you're in a priming phase and you know it's use for health, but you're not sure what you should be looking for? Are you making progress? I'm gonna make a little like free ebook or something for you guys, like a cheat sheet or a checklist, so you can use this. But basically, it is things like your sleep. Are you going to sleep better? Are you waking up easier? Are you not waking up throughout the night as often? Obviously, that's going to depend as well if you've got kids and stuff, right? Like, this is just about you and your body rather than external factors like kids waking you up. So we look at sleep. You're going to be looking at how your energy is throughout the day. Is it 5 out of 10? Is it 5 out of 5? Is it 3 out of 10? Like, what is it? We're going to work on that. And digestion. So lots of people come to us with bloating and other GI issues. And a lot of this is caused by stress. Surprise, surprise, stress. But also it can be due to intolerances or sensitivities to different foods. So that is also something that we need to work on with you also. And all of this stuff, guys, you can do yourself. You don't have to be working with a coach to do it. It just takes longer because you're trying to figure it out. And you're also more likely to give up, right? Because you're like, oh, well, the scale isn't going down. I don't know what I'm looking for. So if I'm doing this wrong, I'll just cut calories. And that's the immediate response that we go to, because as women, especially, we've been told that the only thing we need to be doing in life is losing weight, not worrying about our health. Our health has always been second. Oh, it's been like lose weight to be healthy. And it's like, how about get healthy and then lose weight? Because there are not many healthy people in the world that are overweight or obese, right? It's just the choice of lifestyle, the choice of nutrition that manifests into your health. So if you're an unhealthy person right now, it's because of the choices that you've made throughout your life and the choices that you continue to make. So you might not be ready to go into a fat loss phase. You might not be ready to lose weight. So don't set yourself up for failure and work on these other things instead. So like I said, GI health, so bloating, how often you go into the toilet, what your stool consists of, how frequently you go in, if you're getting any excess gas, all of these kinds of things will, or like acid reflux also actually, all of those things will help you to understand what's going on inside your GI tract. So what is actually going on in your digestion? Once that is, looking at, that you're looking at things like sleep, energy, recovery from workouts. Are you feeling tired all the time? Are your workouts good? Are you struggling to recover from them? Are you aching for 3 days after? Which you shouldn't be, by the way. So all of these things, hey Marie, are things that you need to be looking out for during your priming phase. But not only during your priming phase, actually, because even when you've done your priming phase, you've gone into fat loss or you've gone into a build or whatever, you still then need to keep an eye on these things, because if your GI starts to play up, if you're now bloated all the time, or you're not recovering from workouts, or you're ill constantly, we need to go back to basics and look at, okay, what has changed? What is going on? Is this too much? We need to get a good balance of nutrition and workouts and lifestyle and sleep and all those kinds of things as well. So I would say when people come to us, 99% of people are not ready to go into a fat loss phase. And if you struggle with energy, if you struggle with cravings, if you struggle with sleep, if you struggle with GI issues, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, gas, anything like that, if you can't recover from workouts, if you haven't got any energy to do workouts, what else would that be? If you're always hungry, or if you're never hungry, and so much like mood, if you're like constantly feeling low, if you never feel happy, you're just always feeling like blah, they're all signs that you are not ready to go into a fat loss phase. So you need to be looking out for these as well. And once these are consistently good, you're in a good spot, then you can start to drop calories, or depending on where you're at, maybe you increase steps or change activity, wherever your coach best recommends. But that's when you're going to lose weight way easier, because then you've done all the priming work, which hasn't taken that long. People are like, I don't want to do 3 months. It's like, well, you've been overweight for the last 30 years. Like, 3 months, you've got to be a little bit patient here. You fucked up your body for the last 30 years. You now need to like treat yourself a little bit better. And then throughout this whole thing as well, working on your mindset around food. So it's not treats, it's not cheats, it's not restriction, it's not binging. Workouts are not to burn off calories. It's working on our mindset around all of these things as well. And those are the things that will set you up for success long term. So that is my basically my little 10 minutes, or whatever it's been, 15 minutes of are you ready for fat loss phase? I will create a let me just decline this. I will create a list of things you need to look out for during a priming phase. I'll create that list for you guys. And I'll also do like a reverse build one, actually a reverse diet one as well, because again, people don't know what they're looking out for. So I'll create those. If you want them, let me know. Otherwise, if you've got any questions, give me a shout as always. Have a fantastic day, and I will speak to you soon.